Hello everyone, my name is Ludovica and I'm here to introduce myself and to go through some questions after completing the New York University Industry Essentials program through the Clive Davis Tisch School. And I hope I said it all correctly, but I just wanted to say first off that I'm really honored to have the chance to answer those questions and just to go over my experience overall into this program. So let's jump right into it. My name, like I mentioned, is Ludovica, and I am an R&B singer. I am currently based in Salt Lake City, Utah, but I was born and raised in Italy. And yeah, that's not the fake Italy, but the real country Italy. And yeah, growing up there was really fun. But at the age of 17, I just told my parents that I wanted something different. I wanted a new experience. I wanted to go out and see what the industry was like over here and to experience music in the American market. And so that's what I did. And I finished school. I originally started studying singing, but in school, when I came here, I studied political science and then transitioned into public relations. Surprisingly, after I graduated, I realized that ties in a lot into music. It taught me, this for example was, music business essentials. And so it really taught me how business ties into music and public relations in and of itself. It's kind of like an auto-managed self-management skill that you can acquire. So you know how to promote yourself, and now you have the skills to publicly speak in front of crowds. And if you delve into journalism and stuff like that, you are going to be the guider of when people write articles about you that may be less experted, right? And that will happen. So instances like that where public relations came in clutch and really helped me self-manage and self-develop myself as an artist. So I hope that was a fair introduction. Second question, how would you describe music industry essentials to someone who hasn't heard of it? I would describe it as a foundation. If you're looking to polish or gain from scratch basic, understandings, information about what music history looks like, chapter 1 is going to be your best friend. I remember when I started the program last year, I got myself a binder, and this binder is full of notes from chapter 1 because I literally transcribed what happened from the beginning of time to all the way to now in every single genre. And I think it's essential, if you are pursuing a career such as musician, whichever that area may be, right? Singer, instrumentalist, whichever. I think it's essential for you to have basic understanding of where music came from, how it had unfolded, and what it meant, throughout the years. And the beginning of this program does just that. And then it delves into how it ties into the business, like we were saying. And it allows you to do different activities and to be hands-on and understanding how you will manage yourself. So I would say fundamental. This is how I would describe this program to others. Okay, this kind of ties into what we just talked about. What would you say about music industry essentials to someone who is interested in working in the music industry? Well, I think we answered the question. I think if you are looking to work into the music industry, this is going to be your platform. This is going to be your foundation. And you can utilize it at any point in time because the activities that you do are always going to be there. And let me tell you, without spoiling too much about this program, there's going to be activities that are so in the long run, that is kind of awesome that a program like this allows you to set goals, for the near future, but also for your, far future as an artist, as a musician. And those projects stay with you. So it's pretty awesome. What skills have I developed from the course assignments? I have developed, so I remember one assignment was about quant-based, there was a quant-based chart to create, and I learned how to promote an event, which is something that I didn't know how to do. I learned how to find different platforms that were at the same time reflectant of my image or what I was trying to promote or what the event was about, and how those platforms would have served me, finding ways how those platforms would have served me in the making of this event. And I had to think about, their cross-platform, following. So how, if they were spotty or if they were pretty consistent when it came to followers from Facebook, and how they transitioned to their Instagram page, and how they transitioned into their YouTube or Twitter account, and how that had somewhat of a value when it came to reaching out to these platforms, because those would have been the kind of questions you would have asked and the details you would have gone into when making a pitch, right, to them. Let's say a page was really huge on YouTube, but was really, really little on Twitter. You want to approach that email, that pitch to them, if you are promoting yourself or your own event or somebody else's event, as something that ties into their core platform, into their forte, into their stronger platform, which in that case would have been a pitch that would have been more YouTube driven than Twitter. So that's the kind of things that that particular activity added onto my skill. I didn't have that knowledge before, and so I started ever since then looking into things such as promotion and things like that in a much more detailed way, just because of that assignment. So little things that I wouldn't have thought about without this course. So question number 4. Which instructor or expert did you find yourself taking particular interest in? Oh my gosh, this is such a hard question, because I'm going to sound super cliche, but each instructor taught me something so different, especially because their personality were super different. And so the way even I received their understandings and their teachings was very different and very valuable. I remember the professor that taught about the quant-based marketing strategy was very analytical and very detail-oriented, and he taught me that. And then there was another instructor, which, pardon me, I don't remember the name, but she was so sense-driven, and in fact, her topic was teaching about who is an artist and how to find yourself, and what is your purpose, what is your voice. She went into a lot of different things like that. She was perfect to teach that, because her voice, her intonation, her knowledge, her skill, what she does, her field of study just reflects that through and through. So I don't know, man. Each instructor was so fabulous. That's what I'm gonna say. How did music industry essentials help you perform your job better? It gave me more knowledge. I was now able to have more conversations and be part of more conversations that included the history of music, which before I was lacking a little bit of that knowledge. And I mentioned that, because it's important to be included in this circle. If you were a doctor, you would want to be as in the loop as possible when it came to news and what the pharmaceutical companies are saying. Just, you want to be in the loop, right? A very knowledgeable, integrated person gives this idea, but not only the idea. It just proves that this is your field, this is your interest, and this is what you do. This is what you eat and drink and sleep, 24 hours a day. So I would say that. If you have your business or aspire to, or are an artist, how has this course helped you as an entrepreneur? Without repeating the things that we have said before, I would take into consideration the many things I've learned about jotting down my outline of who I am as an artist. I always need to keep that in mind in my business and, outside of my music businesses, because consistency and transparency and reputation are key things for your audience, any audience. And I think what I want to keep when it comes to my future projects, my future businesses, is that clear understanding that I came to through this course about my persona and my artistry and what it means to me and who do I want to reflect and how and where and when, all of those things. So really paying attention to details, because those will make all the difference. At the end of the day, the audience shouldn't be confused about who you are and what you're doing. It should make sense. You should be the answer barrier to your audience, and it's gonna serve them so good. Let's see. Okay. Do you think Music Industry Essential was a good investment of your time and budget? I think for this past 13 minutes, it is pretty darn clear to say that it was worth every penny. And I say that wholeheartedly because when I saw it and when I studied it before enrolling, I understood that it was a program connected to the right people that held the knowledge that I needed right there and then to take me to the next step into my music and my artistry. So very well worth my time. How did you fit in this program in your daily life? I still have a day job. I'm trying to transition into a full-time musician, but after work, I just dedicated my evening to do some homework, do some research, watch the videos, following the slides, and just taking notes. I have, like I said, a whole binder of notes from this program that will be forever my, sacred book to go back to. So, but that's how I fit it into my life. That's pretty much it, you guys. Those were the 8-9 questions that the program suggested, and I just want to say in closure that this is a program that will most likely change your life if you're looking to gather new knowledge about music and what music really can bring into your life. This is so worth your time. And I surely hope that you will take advantage of this program. And thank you for listening. You can check out my music, not to self-promote, but you can check out my music on Instagram. My handle is Ludovica, SONGZ, which is Ludovica Songs, but with a Z at the end. And hopefully you guys will check out my future music, and that my future music will reflect exactly what I learned in the past year. I love you guys, and thank you so much for listening.